Kody Brown and Sister Wives does a number of things that are infuriating to me, but I'm going to do a video about two of them specifically that we're going to see in this upcoming episode that I hate that he does. One is he does this weird game of semantics where he will say something but not use one specific word. And then when people say, you said this, he'll be like, oh, no, I never said it, because he used that one specific word. For instance, this next episode, we see that him and Janelle get into this thing where she said, you told my boys they have to apologize. And he says, I didn't say that. And I listened to the clip. He doesn't use the word apologize that I saw, but he used, I believe, the word amends or make right or something like that. Which is a synonym for, like he described it. They need to come to me. They need to come to me. They need to make things right. They need to make amends before they're allowed in my house. Any sane person would say, he said they need to apologize. But he says, oh, no, because I didn't use the word apologize. That's not what I meant. Even Robin said, oh, I never asked them to apologize. I'm like, she knew what he was saying. Everyone knows what he's saying, but he'll stick to it. He did that to... Until recently he said he's considered himself divorced from Mary, but previously he said, I don't want to have a relationship with her. I don't want to be intimate. I don't want to work on our relationship. I don't want to see, all this stuff, but I'm not telling her she has to leave. And it's like, well, it sounds like you're telling her she has to leave. And apparently this has worked for him for a long time because he does it. The other thing that he does a lot is that he will say no to something. Like he will say that, no, you need to do it my way, but then he won't do any compromises or try to make it work. For instance, he didn't want to drive Isabel to her thing because of COVID and because he didn't like Christine. He could have offered to drive her without Christine in a separate car. He could have offered to fly out there and see her and help her unpack and see his other kids and grandkids. He could have done the same thing with the surgery. He could have gone and hung out with her before the surgery. He could have showed up the day of the surgery and then left a few days later. He could have, all these things, but he just would say, he creates a scenario that he has to say no to. He's doing the same thing with the boys, where he doesn't like the idea that Christine has a place to stay with Janelle. And then she's like, well, don't you want to see your kids? And he's like, under my circumstances, they need to come to his place, I assume without Christine, and after the boys make amends, which is not apologize, so that he can then punish them in his own environment. If he goes to neutral ground, he loses the upper hand, which is really what he wants. And I don't know how he got 30 years of marriage with either one of them using these tactics constantly, because I would have lost my mind immediately if I had to deal with him. But anyway, I guess just two more reasons I don't like the dude.